One. Let's get into it. We'll actually straighten this part out. Switch to a texture view, and we'll switch the also clothing. And we'll swap this for a UV map texture. All right. Cool. So what's not unwrapped? It's like almost everything is. Cool. So it's really just these straps here that are very uneven. Why are these ones an exception? Because we're not using the solidify option afterwards. So I think I will do the same. Yeah, solidify with unwrap. It's pretty nice. I wish I could straighten it somehow. I guess I could put it before. Get these interior ones too. Okay, let's get rid of this. Well, I don't know. Hello, Byte. Welcome. Am I still doing Blender courses? I'm not offering group courses, but I am still doing tutoring and mentorship if you're interested. Here, I have a little tutoring form sign up. Let's drop that in chat. This is what it looks like right here. And yeah, so do like $30 for an hour session. And since I've done this, I've kind of come to the conclusion I can either do a one-on-one session or I can basically make like a personalized tutorial. So whichever one you'd prefer. And of course, we can have multiple sessions, stuff like that. Yeah. Is there something in particular you're looking to learn right now? Wouldn't have expected it to look like this. The squares are quite even. That's all that matters. A couple peoples I'm gonna kick it over to once I get my Abby. See how it's put together. I'll probably need some tutoring. Okay, that sounds perfect. Oh, I'm sorry. It says someone. I see Bite as your username here. Is this who is this? Do I know you? But either way, I certainly would appreciate that. That is a direct help, so very much appreciated. We're gonna move this one to clothing source. So I'd love a solidify that retains the original UV map better. Well, new account, I knew you from like a year plus back. Okay, gotcha. Well, certainly, again, I appreciate it either way. And welcome back. Should see some material curve to mesh. Store the colors. Don't see any sort of UV map. We do have a UV map. This will be interesting to unpack here. Literally. Okay, so excluding, we'll do the hood. These items here. Yeah, select those UV average island scale. That should give us a better idea of how big some of these things are. Perfect. Get all these packed onto our island. Sorry, onto our map. Perfect. All right, a little too much. A few too many items. So I'll shrink everything just a little. Bow, 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 bow. And I do have a bounty, so um, actually, never mind. Ding, 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 ding. But you said you're getting an Avi as well. What kind of avatar are you getting made? Hello, Kaveric. Welcome. Welcome back. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Just talking about tutoring with someone. Like I summoned you. Or with Bite here. Doing okay, finally found work, which means I can think about working my avatar. Oh no, sorry. Is this your Well, hell yeah. Well, congratulations on finding work. It is definitely an odd time. Found a male booth model that's surprisingly close to the style figure of the 2D model that I've been drawing. Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. I loved your the model with the Japanese outfit. That was super cool. What was me though in Avatar? The two most difficult things to rig a VR chat without exploding everyone's computers: robots and draping clothes. That's funny. Are you simulating that clothing? Or how are you making your let's move the shoe here. All simulated for normal banks. Okay, heck yeah. And we'll rotate it. I guess I can fit this like right here. That will do. But currently breaking my head on how to do an ankle length skirt without exploding it into a bazillion. It's bones. Ankle length skirt. You could always do the Skyrim method, which is basically you just don't even give them physics. They're just like a tube weighted to the legs. It's effective, but definitely looks a little odd. Or maybe I should say Oblivion method. Let's move this over. Perfect. That is a much better fit. Okay, let's see how that goes. Everything is, well, not everything. This will be cowl trim. That's the cowl. This would then be the hoodie. Of course. Approaches randos in public instances. Have you heard of the high elves? Well, I'm excited to see what you end up making. I feel like you know, having building off of a base avatar is a good idea because they've already solved so many problems a lot of the time. Speed of train. I should say you're saying low, not source. That was buckle. This one will be not skirt, but duster. The thing I wanted to tell you about last night, I did end up writing a custom export script for ARP that can take separate rigs and merge them into your main armature in Blender on export. I wrote it because I was experimenting with these clothing Visbone things, but didn't want to start adding a bunch of extra bones to my main avatar rig that I didn't need outside of those clothes. Okay, that's cool. I see what you mean. So just joining the rigs together and parenting them or something to that effect. That could definitely be something you sell. A lot of people would get some good use out of that. Or slap it on Gumroad. Then this one will call front cloth. I don't know. I guess it's more of a loincloth kind of thing. I don't want to call it a loincloth. Joins the rig together, handles the root X thing that FBX then has the full avatar rig exported in it and ready for VRC Fury armature. That's awesome. That is super cool. Oh, these are the proxies. Go here. Low, 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 low. Okay, we'll save that. And then I'm gonna go tubes. Well, that's awesome. I have really just been deep in workflow stuff, figuring out how to combine things. I have used so many geometry nodes now. It's a little over the top, but not by much. I do really feel like having a good pipeline is like the real secret sauce to getting this stuff done, creating this kind of work. Do that. There we go. It's going to do armature link, but your Blender rigs can be kept separate. So you can have a separate armature for a dress or a long coat while keeping your main av rig clean, only containing your base anatomy. Oh, very cool. Ugh. Can't remember if still newish, but I thought of you and I'm happy to send the script over with demo instructions if you're interested in trying it. I'll poke around in it. Yeah, if you want to send it over to me. I won't take a look right this second, but I'm definitely interested in learning from it. Yeah, well, it's just yeah, well, you already know. Just my name and Gmail. Right, so switch back to attribute. Ooh, the edges, the corners here got real squeezed. Anyway, that's what I wanted to ask. Technically, I'm at work right now, lol. Need to get back to pretending to be busy. Well, good luck. I'm glad to hear you got work sorted out, and I'm looking forward to farting around with those files. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. So we're still missing a few objects. Mainly are it's kind of soft looking, but mainly the straps on the boot and up on the chest. Those ones are going to be needed. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Crown. No wonder it didn't copy. But this should be chest strap low. Selected. Cool. Then I'll take this, duplicate it. Call this one chest strap. And we'll swap this to chest strap low. Oh, easy. I guess it'll always be in the right spot, so that's good. Chest strap low 2. And lastly, chest strap. I fucked that up somehow. This one here got disconnected. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. Okay, those are looking good. We got all of them. Now it's need to do the feet. Do buckle leg. Copy. Paste. Copy. Is there one more? That one. Three. There should be a fourth one. Said there's a fifth one as well. That should be it. All right, gorgeous, powerful. Need to fix the high poly low one here. Looks like you're on the draping clothing hell world too, lol. Yeah, it really It really gets complicated when you got layers. Not 100% sure how I'm gonna do that. Hello, Kabar. Welcome back. This one looks quite good. Doing this beforehand, the solidify, and then we shrink wrap. We got this kind of abomination. It wouldn't be too bad if the top was named solidify for top, and I could use that here, but I cannot. Unless we name it there, but we assign it beforehand. Now I should have it. If I turn it on, looks like it's still squishing the whole thing. So this is a useless assignment. No, it's not useless because we would need to have it add one more object. This one. Still didn't work. All right, that's okay. We're gonna get rid of this solidify there. And on all of these, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now they each have separate, but they do still have the shrink wrap on. We'll just focus on this very first one. Because on the source, what we'll do is extrude it. Delete this internal and the group on the end. Refresh the normals. We'll also add a slice here, mark the seam, unwrap. There we go. So, yeah, okay, that's perfect. So now we've set it up. When we bevel it, we'll get a bit more out of that. In fact, let's move this over 0.5, go to the mirror, and turn on mirror U. There we go. Cool. So now we have the original source as UV mapped. And then next, we'll take the front and we'll say shrink wrap underscore front assign, and then invert and do shrink wrap. Assign that. Okay, should be good. Now we've assigned both of them. We will take this front one, select here. Let's actually grab all those and sync the vertex groups. Cool. Now on this one here, the bevel is breaking stuff. Like flips around. That's interesting. Should be this one here. Okay, so for the shrink wrap, say front. Doing that. Still looks just weird. Oh, that would do it. Okay, there we go. Turn on this bevel, turn on this curve. Now we're shrink wrapping just one side. Duplicate it, shrink wrap the back. This should really be looking a lot better. I see. It's because when we extruded that, we didn't actually make the bevel go all the way around, so the bevel is definitely fucking up. Now when we put it on the curve, it's fine. We can weld it, joining them together. We should be able to shrink wrap the front and actually we'll do the back. I want the back to be on it at 0. Then the front to be on it just a little ways away. Like so. Now, should basically be perfectly dynamic. I can grab all these, like this one. Copy modifiers, with the exception of curve. So we need to adjust that as well. Three, 4. There really shouldn't be another one. Oh, that's just the actual belt. Low. That's fine for now. Thank you. Absolutely. What have you been up to, Kabar? Working on anything fun? Okay, so here are our proxies. Which one already has a proxy? None of them, so I'll add a new one. UV map. Rename these to chest or leg strap. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Doing good. Surviving. Tired, ready to rest, but working on fun projects. Feels like it should be the weekend already. We also need one of these for the belt. I don't even know if we're going to be able to see the belt under there. Is this right here? Is that the crown? Yeah. All right. So lastly, You best, thank you. Lastly, we've got this crown. It's filled with garbage. Oh. These little tubes just don't hold up, do they? Okay. Yeah, the weld also crushes them. Hmm. I guess we would just want to position them. Beforehand. There should be some little teeny tiny tubes. There we go. Clothing curves. That's fine. Clothing boots now. Bools. Spell that. What's this? He's going. Oh, there should be like an object right there. Where is that? Is it the body source? Source object? Source objects. Here we go. Okay. Let's send this to clothing source. Nice. Okay, that should be good. Cool. So now what we need is definitely a UV proxy. So we'll make a plane. We'll call this crown spring source. Yep, that's wrong. UVP crown string. String. Okay. These we'll use. Sorry, this is wrong. Should just be this one that gets the pound. Very cool. Okay. So solidify with unwrap, that's where we're getting the unwrap in the first place. So we'll just start with this. That's what it looks like. We just need to make sure. I guess we could just say so yeah. Something like that. Cool. So now the strings are getting moved over. Got this nice object here with the strings like that. These can even be way smaller. Actually, don't like that. So right now, this gets squished down in there. I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. First, let's stack, then we'll distribute. Okay. So it's incorrect currently. It's okay. I will live with that. Very good. Final UV proxy. There we go. I don't want to rotate them. So clean. Look at that beautiful UV map. Very proud of that. Okay. Cool. We are going to pull these out. I don't like the big collection because I want to be able to export this immediately. Immediately. Damn it. Accept. Cool. Alrighty. So this will definitely break on the first export, but let's export. The goal right now today is setting up the pipeline because we've already got the character in Unity. Or, well, the rough draft of the character. Now we're going to set up the baking for the color, or the clothing. Let's place a different piece of it. Some pictures. Ding, 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 ding. Going on. Get stuck in read only. Trying to open that file. Something must be wrong with how we're exporting it. They're all mesh objects. I have improperly, oh no, this is right. Molson clothing low poly. It's empty, so it's not actually exporting anything. So clothing. Despite us having all these mesh objects in here, let's just copy this path. Copy. Then set it to this one again. Or maybe even remove the exporter, add it back, set it to Substance Painter, paste it, save it, select everything, export all the collections, back to here. 365 kilobytes, that is certainly not exporting. Let me just close and reopen the project. I got back up after this too. And it felt like it thought a little bit longer. Still not exporting. Let me hide this. Just double check. I'm gonna open a new file. Save. Body. La la la. Somewhere in here, right there. Let's see. The apartment in a second, so I'm gonna mute really quick. looks like they stopped checking the apartments for a little bit, so got a second or two. So the issue is that the trim items here, here, are not exporting properly. So let's actually, oops, let's actually put them into their own folder for now, because I will have to properly process them at some point. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's also make sure those strings got our material. Be this one. Clothing. Okay, so without the trim, if we export and save, we look good, and we can bring in our clothing object and hit OK. Damn. Is it still exporting? So let's just put this out completely. Export again. Back to here, back to here, back to here. Okay. I'm not even exporting that anymore. Okay. Just to confirm. I don't see no trim here. Okay. Well, that's the name of the object. Is there mesh data that is actually... No. Okay, so we should totally be able to import this right now. Finally, why they... Digital work sucks sometimes. Hi, Pixie Girl. Got my keyboard. All right, save, mode, bake. Bring in the high poly. We'll probably need to re-export again as well. Boom, automatic. We want to match by mesh name. We want to also set the vertex to bake vertex colors, not material color. And we want the ambient occlusion to that stuff, big. All right, looks like some things are backwards. But overall, we're doing pretty good. Let's slap in here our also color map. Color map. And we'll set the color to 0 for now, or sorry, 1 roughness. Save. Okay, doing good. Let's make a new folder for clothing. And in here, we're going to export our textures at 11, 2048, export, save, bada boom, save here. Cool. Let's also go back to our main file, don't save. I'm going to turn this off. We have our Unity export. say this. Unity export. This is a kind of a temporary thing. Body. Duplicate. You guessed it. Line. And here we can simply move this one and replace clothing low poly. Got all that exporting. We need to change the name of the collection export. Copy that. Hide this. Paste this here. And switch it to, I could say clothing. I wonder if there's like a name we could put for this outfit. And just say clothing. We have a specific outfit later. We'll export all collections. Well, now we have the collection here. We can drop the FBX into the scene. Beautiful. Save. We can duplicate the body material. Rename. Apply it to the FBX. And then replace all of our textures with a new one. Shading. Hey, yo. Cool. That's pretty much it. We got the start of our clothing looking super good. Hello, Wendy. Welcome, welcome. It's going well. We just got the character into Unity. Well, we're at least setting up the pipeline for it. Ooh. Space those fingers a bit better. Cool. Excuse me. I'm going to go to Nug right here. And in Nug's body textures, I have Nug I Albedo. I will copy this. Back to Melson. Body. Paste. And we'll rename. Save that. Then we'll go to here. How's your day go? We'll enable on the base texture some ambient occlusion. And then let's add some user channels. We'll add the full first set. Like so. Cool. Drag out two. Oh, excuse me. Lower than I'd like. I feel you there. Feeling a little, I don't know. I'm just ready to rest. Maybe it's winter. I'll blame winter. I'll actually drag out one more layer, which we'll call eyes. Paint. Select the eye. Set it to white. max roughness. And then also add an anchor point, which here we can sample. So that means on user 0. Beautiful. Made some changes to the face, feeling much more creature. Yes, we spent a good chunk of yesterday working on the face, getting all the colors and stuff added. I need to increase the resolution. 2048. Is that 2048? I feel like the resolution should be higher there. We can kind of cheat though. Let's go to the base. Actually, yeah, baking at 2048. Well, we'll add a filter. Anti-alias, which will help break up that pixelization. Let's go to the first decal. Sorry, take that back. Let's go to the masks. And we'll add in our first mask texture. Go to decal 0. We'll drop in the eye albedo. Just make sure it's set to UV. Can't click on it for some reason. Oh my good God. There we go. All right. Eyes are obviously the wrong color and all that jazz. So, but we got a placeholder for the moment. Let's replace it right now. Should probably do the double-sided eye. Big fan of that though.